Stephanie Koop, the Executive Director and co-founder of Community Mercantile. I've lived in Davis since 1993 and raised my 2 children here. Although I've spent my life recycling, upcycling, reusing, and composting, I realized there was a lot more that needed to be done and that I could and should be part of the bigger solution. I got involved with the city's apartment move-out program over a decade ago. I was really disappointed when it was discontinued during COVID. Having seen the enormous amount of reusable items disposed of during this time, I was curious to learn what happens during the entire year, not just the week students move out. Many months of year-round salvaging gave me a much deeper appreciation of the tremendous amount of waste occurring all around us. I saw the enormous potential for diverting valuable clothing, furniture, household items, and more from the landfill. I wanted to impact this situation. During COVID, I teamed up with Larry Fisher, a longtime salvager and repurposer. And a little over 7 months ago, with the encouragement of family and friends, Larry and I rented this space and began a new journey. With hard work and the support of many of you, this nonprofit venture has met and even exceeded our expectations. Community Mercantile has been able to divert enormous quantities of reusable items from the waste stream. We are proud to have been able to partner with other nonprofits such as Davis Community Meals and Paul's Place and assorted refugee organizations to provide low-cost and sometimes free items to those in need. And maybe best of all, we love the community we are building, the daily interactions with you, our like-minded group of folks who truly want to make a difference. We've come a long way, and yet we have so many other ideas and dreams of what can be accomplished. With your support, we will continue to expand our mission in the months and years to come. Please do your part to spread the word, help get the message out about Community Mercantile. Follow us on social media, tell people about our website, and encourage friends to visit the shop. Today, as part of our Earth Day celebration, I am pleased to welcome Davis Poet Laureate, Julia B. Levine. Julia was born in New York City and grew up in Flint, Michigan. She received a Master's in Fine Arts from Pacific University and a PhD from UC Berkeley. Julia's poetry has won many awards, including a 2021 Nautilus Award for her 5th poetry collection, Ordinary Psalms, as well as the 2015 Northern California Book Award in Poetry for her 4th collection, Small Disasters Seen in Sunlight. Currently, she is a 2022 American Academy of Poetry Poet Laureate Fellow for her work in building resiliency in teenagers related to climate change through poetry, science, and technology. Julia will be reading several of her poems and also sharing about her interest in climate change and how that developed.
I asked the 7th graders about climate change, and one said, it's over, there's no future. And one said, there's no one to trust, no one cares. And one asked, what part of the Anthropocene is not suicide? So this afternoon, I take my sadness down to the wetlands and walk among the coots and cattle egrets and Canadian geese. The promise of another storm crouches in this sky. I want to convince my students that a day like this, with its brilliant mess of birdsong and atonal calls, its array of clouds doubled in ditch water, is a mercy we never earned. That the earth is generous like that, packed tight as a grenade with beauty. And even if the million species nearing extinction darkens everything alive, there are flocks of geese flying over the stubbled marsh with its tufted islands of reeds set out like cushions on the shining lakes. Who knows if humanity will make it right in time? But those kids are alive today, and I wish they were standing here with me in the rarity of being, looking up at this vastness, trumpeted and wailing and made of wings. At the end of summer, an orchard, and its drought-sharpened leaves, its dark pockets of cool. Inside one blue flash of a jay, in another bird song of a white-crowned sparrow. At the end of the orchard, a valley rimmed in foothills, and a river of wind carrying the dark skull of crows out of blistered scrub oak, the scorched canyons. We sit on the stone-hard dirt, our hair flying. You reach for my hand, and we stay silent like that a long time, the hot wind pouring over. At the end of wind, this world, what is left to say except hurry, save it? It's called On the Botanical Origins of Being. I lay underneath the almond orchard, blossoms pushing out to sky. I listen to the bees humming inside pink filaments, as if the drought couldn't stop existence, coded as it was to begin again. And because I loved the ephemeral, but hated brevity if it meant I would be left behind, I thought how often hope ended badly, but that didn't mean it wasn't hope. Then the flowering orchard seemed a threshold, so there were guards, a flock of wild turkeys lurching on stilted legs between the trunks. I counted 11 males with red wattles, bluish heads, iridescent bodies, strange ushers skulking over a shadowed floor under a dazzling canopy, and between it all, I was only myself, a latch and a gate and a going deeper in. A gust of wind shook loose the petals as if inside the husk and seed, all that was breaking open would not stay broken. And so I thought, I am shredded into white bits and falling, and this life I'd come to believe in as enough answered, yes, you are, even you.